The day after the inauguration, 11 students from Worcester Academy journeyed to the Capitol with Congressman McGovern. We were accompanied by our 3 trusted leaders. The Capitol building was first built in 1791 and partially destroyed in the War of 1812. There are some places where you cannot even take pictures, including the floor of the House of Representatives, where McGovern actually took us. This room houses the National Statuary Hall collection. Above, you can see the rotunda, which separates the House of Representatives from the Senate.
Where if you whisper down there, your voice bounces up and amplifies over there. So if you go over to where the John Quincy Adams plaque is, that's where his desk was. Don't step on the plaque.
Congressman McGovern describes how John Quincy Adams, during his time in government, because of the acoustics in the room, was able to overhear the conversations of the opposition on the opposite ends of this hall. We attempt to repeat his experiment.
I honestly did not have to worry about any of my classes where it was.
To our surprise, we can hear McGovern across the room, and apparently, this age-old tradition still works.
You could actually fit the Statue of Liberty in here. That's how tall it is. And the pictures on the wall are the history of the United States, beginning with the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It goes all the way around and ends with the baptism of Pocahontas. This is the room where, when the president dies, this is where they lay his casket. John F. Kennedy, his body lied here. Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, when they died. You know, the casket was here, people could pay their respects. Rosa Parks was also, her body laid and stayed here as well. This is also a room where we have a lot of ceremonies too, luncheons and stuff like that. This was kind of a...
All of these great paintings describe the origin of our country, starting from Christopher Columbus and going through George Washington and the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
This statue behind us here is interesting. This is a kind of salute to the women's suffrage movement. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Lucretia Mott, and Susan B. Anthony. These are people that I'm sure you read about in history, but these are the leaders of the women's rights movement. These are people who fought for the women's right to vote, for equal protections under the law. I mean, they were the pioneers in the women's movement. If you'll notice about this statue, there's like a clump that's not carved. That's reserved for the first woman president, and her face will be there.
Our tour ends a few minutes later after we go through the new Visitors Museum. We walk through the crowd, watch where McGovern is pointing, and look through the ceiling. To see our Capitol.